What's Rishi pulling out? What's he pulling out the box next?
So there's I've seen some stuff going around on corporation tax suggesting
that's a biggie. Ooh.
It's a trick. I mean, our rates of corporation tax are fairly low. I mean, currently they're 19%.
19%. Yeah. Can I just stop you there? You can find out all about corporation tax in the UK on the Weller's blog. So be sure to look that up to understand not just all about it and how it works and who it applies to, but also some of the reliefs, all the reliefs, I should say, available to give you an understanding. Go on, Tom. Sorry about that.
That's all right, Chris. No problem at all. So yeah, I mean, currently rates are fairly low in the UK. So we've got about 19% currently. Now, an article I saw suggested that there were talks of that being increased to 24%, which is quite an increase. I mean, it was 24% not that long ago, to be honest. But it was, I think it was back at sort of maybe back in 2012, I want to say. So that sort of time, perhaps 2012, 2013. I think it was about 24% before, obviously, it then got brought down gradually.
So Tom, they were at one stage pledging to decrease it down to about, was it 17%? Bring it down.
Yeah, I think it was due to come down to 17%. Obviously, before things got unwound.
Wasn't it the last budget they reversed that and said no, we're not.
Yeah, they effectively moved it, so it stayed at 19%.
Now we're looking like it might go.
They've talked about it going back up. Now, this one it's a tricky one. I struggle to see how, at the moment, that's going to go through straight. Certainly not straight away. Twofold, really. But
go through Parliament, or go through in terms of when it goes through.
I mean, get approval. I think it'd be a struggle for Rishi to push this one through. Personally, I think. I mean, twofold. We've obviously Brexit's kind of been sort of dealt with, I suppose. We kind of have a bit more of an idea as to where we are with that.
Kind of.
So that obviously creates. It takes away some uncertainty, but obviously it does create a few sort of humps in the road, I suppose, for some companies. So to suddenly be putting corporation tax up when there are certain considerations as to where people should be based, I think that's a difficult one to possibly put through at the moment. But also the fact that, again, going back to coronavirus, a lot of companies have been hit pretty hard through this, as we spoke about earlier on.
Are they making any money?
Yeah. I mean, they're not making any money. So arguably, if companies are in a loss-making position anyway, it won't make a difference, because if you're loss making for corporation tax purposes, whether the rate's 19% or 24%, you're still not going to pay any tax, really.
Because you're not making money.
Yeah. So I think it'll be a difficult one to put that one through, and even for those companies, obviously, that have done well, certain companies have done well over the last year. I think it would be difficult to put a sort of big tax burden on them when obviously people have kind of been trying to keep their head above water mainly for last year. So, there's talk of it that could happen, but I think he'd struggle to do that this time round, personally.
It's always been a controversial area, hasn't it? Because I remember a few years ago there was a huge amount about how some of the big corporations, the Amazons and the like. The tricks they employ to circumnavigate corporation tax. And there was, the Conservative government, and I know there have been different iterations of late, we've had a few elections over the years, that there was a big emphasis at one time that they were committed to reducing corporation tax to get more investment, more business into the UK. So this may be a reversal of that. Do you think you're saying that you don't think he can get it through Parliament? So if he says there's going to be an increase to 24%, your feeling is that he'd struggle to get that through Parliament. So he'd be facing like the equivalent of George Osborne's pasty tax.
Okay, well, potentially. I struggle to see how it would be sort of acceptable for obviously all the MPs and by definition the electorate generally to kind of be putting a lot of a lot more pressure on businesses, really. Given what's happened last year and that sort of thing. So could be wrong, as we said before. It's all speculation, but at the moment I think that'd be a tough one to kind of justify and get.